everyone, Elserene here again, and today we are jumping into decorating Minnie's yard for a Fairycore and gardencore feel. We will also be adding an orchard. This is part one of the tutorial, so if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss part two, and don't forget to turn on notifications. Also, feel free to slow down this video or pause whenever for exact items used and placement, and feel free to ask me in the comments about anything. Before I begin to decorate, it's important to remove any holes dug, flowers, veggies, foliage, or rocks. Here I'm using the rug trick with holes I dug a couple days ago looking for clay, and instead of covering each hole with the shovel, you simply place down a rug and voila, all the holes are gone. Make sure you save after doing this. I've picked this area for Minnie's house because her color palette is blue, purple, and pink, which matches the glade very well. I also wanted to incorporate the bridge and the pond into her yard. So we're starting with placement of her house, kind of off to the side, as I would like to incorporate a diagonal, somewhat curvy path using my cottagecore tips in my previous video on pathing. So same concept, let's get the outline placed first, and we are going to be using the gorgeous and ethereal butterfly flowers as the path outline. Here I'm getting a feel for where objects can be placed around the outside of her house. As of now, I'm kind of throwing down the butterfly flowers because I can always rearrange them later. And this was a bit awkward of a placement due to the inability to move the large willow tree in the middle of the glade. But we work around it, even though it seems to obstruct our view at times. Here I'm just kind of rearranging the flowers. I'm probably likely going to just slap down a million of these butterfly flowers and kind of start to form a curved, wavy line going towards Minnie's house from the bridge. And you can just throw these flowers wherever you want, and just so they're easier to grab and you can start forming the shape. Here, my main idea is to have kind of a curvy diagonal path going from the bridge to her house, and then we are going to branch out the path later on in this video. It's helpful to look from different angles to make sure that the path is going the way that you want it to, that it looks natural, that it looks how you want it to look. So feel free to move your camera around and adjust however you want. Now it is time to start laying down the path. We're going to use the white brick road. So we're going to stay within the butterfly flowers. Remember, they're the outline, and we're going to stay within them. If you watch my previous tutorial, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about here. Don't get caught up on making this perfect, as we are going to be adjusting it later. Right now, we're just trying to get the general feel of the direction of the path and where it's going. Always feel free to walk down your path and test it to make sure that it's catching the vibe that you're going for. So here I wanted to show everyone that you're actually able to place the path underneath whatever character house you are decorating. So that's what we're going to be doing here to make it look complete. My plan here is to make a split in the road, one path going to the right of Minnie's towards the orchard, and the other going down by the pond. So we have to move the orchard trees from the meadow to their respective area in the glade now. And I chose the cherry trees as they truly match this type of Fairycore aesthetic that I'm going for. I'm just going to sloppily place them down and now work on adding larger elements like trees to make sure that I have room for the layering of other foliage elements later. Layering is super important to decoration, especially if you want a natural look. And here I'm just using trial and error, trying to see what trees that I want to place around her house. I really fell in love with the slender Forgotten Lands trees for this area, as like the purple really pops. And of course you want some green in there as well. And I think the birch trees are really pretty. It's more of like an ethereal turquoise green that fits this vibe. Here, I'm just kind of testing out the space behind the orchard, and then I'm going to adjust the cherry trees according to that. Here, I'm going to focus on making space to put the Forgotten Lands dwarf bushes in between the cherry trees so that there's more depth to the orchard. Rotating your foliage so everything doesn't look like it's purposely placed will always give your area more of a natural feel. Now we can finish the pathing extending through the orchard. Make sure that you are saving your game every 5 to 8 minutes while you are decorating. There are still some bugs, some glitches in this game. I would hate for you to do a bunch of decorating only to exit and then realize, nope, none of that even saved. Now my primary focus is going to be on extending the path towards the pond. I had this idea for a sitting area for Minnie, and these cute shell seats are so perfect and they match her house so well. You'll see them in a second. But right now we are taking the butterfly flowers, using the same method, and we are using that as the outline of the path that's going to go down towards the pond. Again, don't get too caught up in the placement of the butterfly flowers and the brick road. Just kind of plop it down, I guess, and we can always adjust all of these areas later. For the seating area, I imagine 2 seats and a table in between. I'm using some mermaid items that really fit the Fairycore type of vibe that we're going for. So I'm just gonna make like a square extension of the path, kind of like what you would see in a real landscape, a real yard, where the path is like a square. It is an actual seating area, and so that is what we're doing here. I decided to add in the Forgotten Lands birch bushes alongside the butterfly flowers, which gave this area a really nice touch. I love purple, definitely one of my favorite colors, next to like brown and monochrome colors, but I love the Fairycore aesthetic, and I think that this really truly brings those flowers out as well. So here we are adjusting the brick road to account for the bushes, and we're gonna get more into the details of this in part 2 of my video. But like I said, for now, don't stress about perfect placement. I also wanted to add in the smaller birch bushes in between the cherry trees, like I said before. So that's what we're doing here. kind of playing around with the ferns. Apparently you can only put the ferns on natural like dirt paths, so you can't put them on the white brick path, unfortunately. But I do like this color fern. It really brings together the other colors in the area, so I'm deciding to throw it around. And now we're going to add in more trees to create this layering effect that I was talking about earlier. The best advice I can give is to make sure that you're allotting yourself room so that you can achieve this layered natural look. So after adding in more trees, we are going to end with adding a fence, which is like an exit / entrance to Minnie's seating area. And then we will add some of the gardening florals that you can craft at your craft station to each side of the seating area. I have posted the finished area on my Instagram and Twitter, so go give me a follow on my socials. My links are in the description in this video. I will be posting part 2 to complete this area next, so make sure that you click that like and subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the completed area, and thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.